Seems no one is immune to the economic collapse of COVID-19. OHSU says it's expecting to lose upwards of $1 billion in revenue over the next few years. And to avoid layoffs, the hospital is cutting the salaries of thousands of employees. Our Audrey Wheel has much more on this tonight for us. She joins us now live with what this means for those hospital workers and their families. Audrey?
Right, Bonnie, the pay cuts apply to non-unionized workers making $50,000 or more, and it works on a scale so that higher paid employees get bigger cuts. OHSU says they have to do this to avoid widespread layoffs, but I spoke to one family that says it just doesn't seem fair to these frontline workers.
We're all in a storm right now, and you just never know how it's going to hit your home and your family.
The person I spoke to doesn't want to be identified and asked that we alter their voice as they share the hardship their family now faces. As the spouse of a nurse practitioner in the ICU at OHSU, they say she's looking at about an 18% reduction in pay starting in July.
We've made quite a few sacrifices. I mean, we haven't been able to see each other. She's risked her life. She's risked bringing that virus home. So to get this type of a response where pay cut is slashed for the people that are our heroes and that have gone to work, the ones we're applauding for every night at 7 o'clock, is just tragic.
OHSU says they have to make pay cuts to avoid widespread layoffs and keep the university going long term. Because of modified operations and fewer overall patients as a result of COVID-19, they're expecting a $100 million loss in revenue for the month of April and more than $1 billion loss through June 2022. More than half of the university's budget is spent on payroll, so leaders say that's where they have to cut. The president, who's taking a 40% cut, spoke about it in a video online.
I want to emphasize that we came to these difficult decisions to keep our people employed. I know that may not make this any easier to hear, but I passionately believe that a united effort will help us persist through these unprecedented times and prosper on the other side as one university.
The spouse we spoke to says this will put their family in a tight spot.
I think we'll just have to redo the whole budget and just see where money's going and what we can do, and if we need to go into the 401k or if we need to pick up a second job, whatever we need to do.
Which they say makes things even harder after they've already given so much. OHSU is getting money from the federal government through the CARES Act. They expect that to be about $75 million, and they are including that in this financial forecast. The university does have a hardship fund set up for those employees going through an extremely difficult situation. Live in Northwest Portland, Audrey Wheel, Fox 12 Oregon.